Welcome. On behalf of the Chicago Bar Association, we'd like to welcome all the members of our various bar associations, organizations, affinity groups for being here today at the 22nd Vanguard Awards. I would especially like to welcome all of the justices, judges of our appellate court, judges of the circuit court, and federal judges who've joined us here today. There are so many of you, there's over 3 dozen. I would just simply ask that you please stand to be recognized. Thank you, judges. I'm Tim Tomasic, and I have the great honor and privilege of being your host this afternoon for this very special celebration. The CBA and all of our bar groups are so delighted that all of you can join us today to celebrate the very special work of the lawyers and judges who, through their notable efforts, assure that the practice of law serves a wider and diverse group of our fellow citizens. By creating access to the legal system for those who historically felt shut out or invisible, today's honorees are truly answering the highest unselfish call of our profession, and we're here to honor them today. The Vanguard Award celebration of diversity and inclusion gathers lawyers from across the entire Chicagoland, Northern Illinois area. And what is really unique about the Vanguard Awards, when we look at all the municipal bar associations in America, and as I understand from talking to my good friend, Mr. Elrod, around the world, this is unique and unparalleled, and that no other legal community does what we do here today at the Vanguard Awards ceremony, where we gather together all our organizations. The CBA has proudly sponsored this event since 1998. This is one of the events that makes so many of us proud to be a member of the Chicago legal community and to be a lawyer in the great city of Chicago. The Vanguard Awards ceremony has become one of the most significant highlights of the Chicago legal community in every bar year. And how great is it for all of us to be gathered together in a sellout crowd of over 300 people. There is just no substitute for in-person meetings, and I'm just so happy we've gathered again this year. Thank you. The Vanguard Awards serves as a focal point for our community to celebrate the accomplishments of diverse lawyers and organizations. These awards, this program, this day, this luncheon is so emblematic of the greater understanding and collaboration we have here in Chicago between our city's diverse bar groups, associations, organizations, and affinity groups. You will see that our list of participating bar associations has grown since 1998. This year, there are 14 bar associations participating in this ceremony, in addition to the Chicago Bar Association. The participating bars and their presidents are, and I'd ask for everyone to please hold their applause. And I would also ask the presidents to stand and remain standing. Advocate Society, President Ann Malakar. Arab American Bar Association of Illinois, President Nura Yanaki. Asian American Bar Association of Greater Chicago and President Jean Liu. Black Women's Lawyers Association of Greater Chicago, Inc., and President Elsa Andriana Fa Ananana. The Chinese American Bar Association of Greater Chicago and President Jonathan Yi. The Cook County Bar Association and President Natasha Jenkins. The Decalogue Society of Lawyers and President Judge Myron Makoff. The Filipino American Lawyers Association of Chicago and President Renard Tanig. The Hispanic Lawyers Association of Illinois and President Jennifer Crespo. The LAGBAC, Chicago's LGBTQ plus Bar Association and President Adam Zabelian. And Adam, welcome back from Ireland. We had a great time, didn't we? And all my friends from the Ireland CLE trip, welcome here today. It was so much fun. The Puerto Rican Bar Association of Illinois and President Patricia Cintron Baston. The South Asian Bar Association of Chicago and President Sarah Chowdhury. The Women's Bar Association of Illinois and President Lauren Witowski. Welcome to all of you. Welcome, bar presidents. Thank you. As many of you know, the CBA every year asks each bar association and group to choose its own honoree and to select the honoree who's had the most meaningful impact within its bar community and who meet the general criteria of enhancing the legal profession and certainly diversity and inclusion. It is my great privilege today to introduce each award recipient. Please, you can learn more about the honorees by reading the bios that are available in the program book. Also, as we've done in years past, the honorees have recorded their remarks. And thank you, Ricardo, for the hard work you did. So we're going to have a very entertaining, uplifting, and efficient program. I promise we will be done by 1:30 today. They will be introduced in alphabetical order by last name. So the way we're going to run the program is we're going to do about 5 honorees at a time, and then we'll have the honorees and bar presidents step up to be recognized and given their award, and also for a photograph. So the first group of honorees that we're going to see and hear from the great work Ricardo has done and when they have done recording their statements, is Stephen Elrod, the Decalogue Society, past president of the Chicago Bar Association. Steve, we also have some great pictures of you from Ireland. Michelle Scapa, accepting on behalf of her husband, Judge Ramona Scapa, Puerto Rican Bar Association of Illinois. Teresa Fidiju Blythe, on behalf of her brother, Alexander, Advocate Society. Sandra Franson, Arab American Bar Association of Illinois, and Judge Jasmine Hernandez, Filipino American Lawyers Association of Chicago. So Ricardo, would you please play the acceptance statements? Thank you.
So I've always loved the Vanguard Awards. Seriously, of all the ceremonies and programs sponsored by the Chicago Bar Association, the Vanguards has always been my favorite. No other bar association in the world has an event like this, where leaders from professional law and bar associations throughout the metropolitan area are recognized and honored for advancing the legal profession. Here, 14 separate bar associations and legal affinity groups come together as one to celebrate legal achievements as one family in law. Against that background, you can understand why I am so proud to be one of the recipients of a Vanguard Award, especially this year. I am in awe of my 13 colleagues being honored with me today, including the late Judge Ramona Scapa. I am truly honored to be part of this group, and I am particularly proud and particularly honored that the organization that selected me to be its award recipient is none other than the Decalogue Society of Lawyers, one of Chicago's leading organizations in the promotion of justice and human rights, both here and in Israel, the development of the legal profession, and the support and advancement of Jewish lawyers and judges throughout Illinois. I have been a proud member of Decalogue for decades, following in my father's footsteps, who was a member for many years before me. I want to extend my thanks to all members of the Decalogue Society for this honor, and to its leadership, my good friends, the President, Judge Myron Makoff, Vice Presidents, Judge Megan Goldish and Joel Bruckman, and our beloved Executive Director, Aviva Pat. I will cherish this award forever. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Michelle Escapa, and I am accepting this award on behalf of my late husband, Judge Ramona Scapa. I would like to express my sincerest gratitude to both the Chicago Bar Association for honoring Ramon with this award and the Puerto Rican Bar Association for all their support and this nomination. Ramon was an inspiring presence for everyone in the Eighth Circuit. Being born and raised in Puerto Rico, he was proud of his heritage and reflective of the Illinois community at the intersection of immigrants and Latin Americans. Ramon worked hard to show that anyone could accomplish their dreams. While being a devoted father to our 4 children, he enlisted in the Army and went to law school, after which he tirelessly campaigned as a Latin American Democrat in a predominantly white Republican area, using his charisma and drive to become the Schuyler County State's attorney and ultimately being appointed the county's resident judge. He would be beyond proud to see his hard work rewarded and his passion for diversity and inclusion represented in receiving this award today. The opportunity to carry on Ramon's legacy means so much to my family and I, and we are thankful for the chance to share his story with all of you. Thank you again from the Escapa family, Michelle, Isaac, Isaiah, Isabel, and Ian.
Hello, my name is Teresa Fierotjev Blythe, and I'm extremely proud to receive the Vanguard Award on behalf of my brother, Alexander Zbigniew Fierotjev. I would like to start by thanking the Advocate Society for considering and nominating Alexander for this award. As the Vanguard Award honors those individuals who make the law and legal profession accessible for the community at large, for those who knew Alexander, diversity, equity, and inclusion were no stranger to him. Alexander was born with glaucoma and cataracts, and at the very young age of 6 months underwent his first eye surgery, resulting with the permanent loss of sight in his right eye. From that point, the road to diversity, equity, and inclusion were going to be his lifelong challenges. All through grade school, Alexander refused the large print books provided by Catholic Charities. He wanted to be just like everyone else and insisted on using the school-provided textbooks. In high school, when Alexander was faced with trying to decide what career path to choose, most guidance counselors tried to persuade him that with his limited eyesight, he would most likely not succeed in college. Instead, they strongly advised him to learn a trade, such as becoming a janitor, a piano tuner, or a store clerk. These comments, although they hurt, just more strongly encouraged Alexander to further pursue his dreams. Alexander went on to receive a bachelor's degree from the University of Illinois at Chicago Circle, MS from DePaul University, and then finally, a lifelong dream, a Juris Doctorate from John Marshall Law School. For 30 years, Alexander was employed by the state of Illinois Department of Human Rights, retiring as Director of Contract Compliance Enforcement. There, Alexander relentlessly pursued his passion to defend individuals who were discriminated against, especially in the workplace. It was not until his final years working for the Department of Human Rights he decided to try again to go back to law school, as earlier attempts were not meant to be. I guess I'm partially to blame for his decision, as one day he turned to me and said, if my little sister can go into business for herself, then I can go back to law school and get a law degree. From that point, there was no stopping him. Not only did Alexander get his law degree, but after 3 long days of sitting alone, using special enlargement equipment, and just a proctor present, he passed his bar exam on his first attempt. Alexander went on to become a brilliant attorney, specializing in elder law, guardianship, estate administration, and general practice. Alexander did extensive pro bono work for Polish immigrants in the Chicago region, and he was actively involved with the Advocate Society. Alexander served as president of the National Advocate Society from August 2013 to August 2015, and he served as co-chair of Amicus Polonia for 18 years until his recent passing. His life was enriched by working with mentors and friends in the judiciary community. I would like to thank Amicus Polonia Legal Clinic in conjunction with the Chicago Volunteer Legal Services for affording the privilege of allowing Alexander to serve as co-chair of the legal clinic. In addition, I applaud Amicus Polonia for their tireless work and dedication to thousands of people in need. Amicus Polonia provides spaces for legal clinics to take place, affords pro bono legal advice with volunteers from the Chicago Volunteer Legal Clinic, which was very dear to Alexander. Alexander respected the law and was a great advocate for justice. Alexander was the second generation son of Polish immigrants, Alexander and Alicja Fierotjev, who immigrated to the United States in 1950. Our parents met and immigrated from a displaced persons camp in Germany after World War II. Unfortunately, both of our parents preceded Alexander in death. If it was not for our parents choosing to immigrate to Chicago, Illinois for a better life, none of this would have been possible, and I would not be accepting this award on behalf of the Fiodotta family. In conclusion, I would like to thank the Chicago Bar Association for providing equipment and facilities for the severely legally blind. So not only can they be included, but be allowed to participate in this wonderful profession, but especially for hosting this event, allowing Alexander to receive this prestigious award along with fellow recipients. On behalf of the entire Fiodotta family, thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm honored to be a recipient of the 2023 Vanguard Award. I'm standing on the shoulder of giants who paved the way for me and others, and for that I'm so grateful. Thank you to Noura Yaniki, President of the Arab American Bar Association, and the entire board for considering me for this honor. Special thanks to Donna Haddad, Judge Haddad, and Judge Shalaby, who have been amazing mentors. I was proud in my role as president of the Arab American Bar Association, and I'm honored to continue to serve on the board and as the co-chair of the Bar's Judicial Evaluation Committee. Our bar does so much for the community and keeps excelling each and every year. I also want to thank my law firm, McAndrews, Held & Malloy, that has supported me for the past 25 years, as well as my husband, John, and my 4 amazing children for their ongoing love and support. Congratulations to the other amazing honorees. I'm honored to stand with you today. This award is so personally meaningful to me because it not only recognizes, but celebrates the importance of inclusion in the legal profession. Our profession is the gateway to fairness, justice, and equity in our society, and it is so critical that everyone has access to it. People sometimes wonder why I was the president of the Arab American Bar Association. I've been told that I don't look like someone's preconceived notion of an Arab American. Well, the truth is I'm an immigrant and a very lucky one. I was born in Beirut, Lebanon, right before the Lebanese Civil War started in the 1970s. And when the war broke out, my parents could not avoid the violence, bombings, and fighting. My parents had to make the difficult decision to leave Lebanon. And when we eventually came to the United States as immigrants, we were not turned away. The opposite was true. We were welcomed. In fact, one of my earliest memories was when I was 5 years old, and it was a citizenship interview I had with my dad at the U.S. Immigration Office. I still remember the kindness of the immigration officer and how welcome he made me feel. Fast forward to so many years later, I went to college and studied chemistry, planning to be a doctor. I didn't know a single lawyer while I was growing up, and I certainly never met an Arab American lawyer. But a lawyer that I met in college, he was Irish, propelled me towards the law. That's why it's so important for us to get into our communities and meet kids and show them these amazing career opportunities. And I met a lot of amazing people at law school at the University of Chicago Law School. I was so grateful for the folks that explained the things to me, sometimes very basic things that I needed to be successful. And I was able to go on to my career and be a partner at a law firm litigating technology and patent disputes. It's a dream, really, an American dream. I was helped and lifted by so many people, and that's why it is so important to me to strive to help and lift others, to find that these kids that just need a reason, an idea, a mentor, a role model, to show them the law is something for all of us. This is something we can do. Thank you again so much for this outstanding award. It is my absolute honor and privilege to receive it.
Thank you to the Filipino American Lawyers Association of Chicago, FALA President Raymond Tanig, and the FALA Board for selecting me for this honor. Thank you to the Chicago Bar Association and CBA President Tim Tomasic for recognizing the importance of having the law and legal profession be more accessible to and reflective of the community at large, and for creating this special award. Congratulations to the other honorees today. I am humbled to receive this recognition alongside you and to be named amongst all the past distinguished awardees. I've achieved many professional goals because of those who have come before me. attorneys and judges whose own struggles, persistence, and determination have made my path a bit easier, especially the Filipino American and other Asian American judges who uplift and inspire me as well as so many others. A special shout out to my FALA and NFALA family for their endless encouragement and tireless efforts to champion members' efforts to serve and advocate for Filipino American interests. Finally, thank you to my family, close friends, and tribe of mentors without whom none of this is possible. I hope to always be deserving of this award. Thank you.
Wonderful remarks. Thank you so much. I'd like to ask all the honorees that were just recognized with their statements to please come forward with their bar presidents. We're going back off.
Thank you, Tim.
Steve Elrod, what a great honor to present you with this award.
Well, I'm very thrilled about this.
Your remarks are truly wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Up. Here, whichever way is easier.
This way?
Fine. Yeah, either way is fine. Your remarks were truly wonderful. Thank you for being here today. Your Honor, congratulations to you. So deserving. Quick handshake. Thank you for being here. And what, I think we have. Hi.
How should we do that? I don't know. How would you like to do it? Oh, you have to go on the middle. Okay. Oh, sorry. Turn?
Turn, okay.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Get it? Thank you so much.
Love your remarks.
Thank you. Do I get this now?
Yes.
You do.
So I'd like to now introduce to the room our next group of honorees. Maricel Hernandez, serving the Hispanic Lawyers of Illinois. Athelina Hudson Black, Women's Lawyer Association of Greater Chicago, Inc. Rachel Han Kao, Chinese American Bar Association. Justice Lyle, Cook County Bar Association. Samara Ludwig, Asian American Bar Association of Greater Chicago. Ricardo, it's all yours.
I would like to thank the Hispanic Lawyers Association of Illinois for selecting me as a recipient this year. I am honored to receive this award and be accompanied by my co-awardees, who I hold in such high regard. I'd also like to thank my nominators, the many people who supported me, who took time out of their busy schedules to share their thoughts and reasons why I should receive this award. This award holds special meaning to me because it's a reflection of the values I hold most dear. Ever since I was a young child, I knew I wanted to help others. When I became a law student, I didn't have a mentor to guide me, but I knew that I wanted to use my law degree to help communities with limited avenues of redress. Now that I'm a seasoned attorney, while I have tried to help those in need, I still see the need to help our struggling communities, to lift those with outstretched hands, and to give a voice to those who live day to day, unseen and unheard. Since 2006, I have also committed myself to encourage Chicagoans, and especially people of color in Chicago, to register and vote. As the first Hispanic to serve as commissioner and chair of the Chicago Board of Elections, I am proud to say that the board has extended its outreach to diverse communities and has increased minority participation by providing voters with more access to the ballot box. The board's work is not done, and we will continue to find ways to increase voter participation. Let us never forget our commitment to those who aspire to become attorneys and help guide them. Let us never forget to lend a hand to those in need. And let us never forget to raise our voices through our vote. Our vote is our voice. Our voice is our power. Thank you.
First, I would like to thank the Chicago Bar Association for selecting me as the recipient of the Vanguard Award. I would also like to thank President Elsa and the Board of the Black Women Lawyers Association for nominating me for this award. It means a lot to me personally that I have been recognized as someone who has had a positive impact on the legal community. I am a first-generation lawyer, and I entered the profession with a commitment to helping and serving others. BWLA provided me with a platform to learn and grow as a leader. It was my lifeline in the profession. I was very fortunate to be mentored by Z. Scott, Judge Holmes, Andy Zopp, Judge Sharon Johnson Coleman, Judge Ann Claire Williams, Sharon Jones, and Mary Melcher. As they climbed in the profession, they continued to reach back and help those coming behind them. I am forever grateful for their leadership and guidance. As I accept this award, I think about all of the sacrifices my mom made so that I could become a lawyer. I also think about the young lawyers who are struggling to find their way or find a path. My advice to you is reach out for help. Don't be afraid to switch jobs so that your talents and gifts are valued. And never underestimate your power to help and serve others. Keep rising and keep shining. This is for you.
Thank you to the Chinese American Bar Association and Chicago Bar Association for this nomination. It has been my honor to represent these organizations in furthering accessibility to law and the legal profession, and encouraging and supporting new attorneys to better serve the community. It is a privilege to be recognized today amongst such esteemed colleagues. As the most senior of the Asian Bar Associations in the Chicago area, Chinese American Bar Association was organized to better serve the community by providing access to Chinese-speaking attorneys. Past CABA President Justice Laura Chayu Liu was instrumental in establishing rules to minimize language barriers and require qualified interpreters in the Illinois state courts. As an immigration attorney, I work with clients from many countries to explain the rule of law in America and the role of attorneys as client advocates and officers of the court. It is my honor to acquaint immigrants with democracy and the rule of law, and it is my privilege to be an American attorney. Thank you.
Congratulations to each of this year's Vanguard Award recipients. I began by thanking the Chicago Bar Association for its commitment to showcasing diversity through these awards. I am truly honored to be here as a nominee of the Cook County Bar Association, the oldest African-American bar in the United States. Before Blacks could participate fully in the promises of this country, we were members of the Illinois Bar. The first Black lawyer was admitted in Illinois in 1869, and it was 27 years later that Ida Platt became the first Black woman to be admitted. By 1915, there were more than 50 Black lawyers in the Chicago area, and they were the undisputed leaders of the Black metropolis. Those leaders joined together for sustenance, commiseration, support, and collective action as they defended the Black community and litigated to remove the barriers oppressing it. Decades later, a young Black lawyer went to work for a small Black law firm, and my boss, Cornelius E. Toole, took me to the Cook County Bar Association meeting. In the room were Black lawyers, sole practitioners, lawyers who own their own firms, agency chiefs, prosecutors, defense attorneys, professors, judges, and elected officials. I was in awe and decided to stick around. Many years later, I was elected president of this distinguished organization, an honor that I will always cherish. Over the years, I witnessed and sometimes participated in many of the firsts now populating the Cook County Bar Association's storied history. To name but a minuscule few, a second-generation CCBA member became the first Black mayor of Chicago, the Honorable Harold Washington. James Montgomery became the first Black Corporation Counsel of Chicago. Honorable Blanche Manning became the first Black woman on the appellate court. The first Black justice of the Illinois Supreme Court, the Honorable Charles E. Freeman, was also a member of the Cook County Bar Association, as was the first Black president of the United States, the Honorable Barack Obama. I would be remiss if I failed to note that the second Black Illinois Supreme Court Justice, P. Scott Neville, to whom I owe my appointment to the Illinois Appellate Court, for which I thank you, was a past president and also is a lifelong member of the Cook County Bar Association. The fourth Black Illinois Supreme Court Justice, Joy Cunningham, is also a member of CCBA. This year, we continue our tradition of first by having our youngest president ever of this organization, the dynamic, talented Natasha Jenkins, who I sincerely thank for her nomination. I am a lifelong resident of Chicago, having been raised in a home that contained a restricted covenant on its deed. I am a proud product of the Chicago public school system, although I was educated in a building, overcrowded, segregated elementary school where we learned and sat in Willis wagons. For high school, each day I ran to a bus traveling outside of my community to receive an education. Those formative years taught me that all were not treated as equal yet. After being introduced to the Cook County Bar Association, I knew I was home. And lest I forget, Cook County Bar Association members litigated Hansberry versus Lee, fighting those very restrictive covenants that I spoke of. Earl Ming, a Cook County Bar member, joined the litigation team of Brown v. Board of Education, fighting to desegregate public schools. The point being that before I knew of the existence of the CCBA, the work of its members was impacting my life. So I humbly accept this award, knowing that I am not unique. There are people in the room who have shared these and similar experiences. And there are people who are no longer here who made them possible. Estelina and Joe Lyle and Mary and Emery Murphy, who migrated to Chicago seeking a better life for their progeny. Dolores and Fred and Kenneth, who worked and struggled to give their children that better life. My sister and brother, who were not alive today to celebrate with me, but who loved me unconditionally and supported me for their entire lifetime. Our remaining siblings, cousins, nephews, ride or die friends, and Daryl, my partner, all pour into me, lifting me up, continuing to hold me up, continuing to hold me down, and providing the foundation to continue the work that I endeavor to do. That work was formed and shaped by my faith, my community, my family, who taught me that to whom much is given, much is required. Once again, I want to thank the Chicago Bar Association for these wonderful opportunities and for this annual celebration of the diversity of the legal community in Chicago. I thank my family, I thank my friends, my staff, my colleagues, and remind everyone that but for the Cook County Bar Association, I would not be here today. So I thank the Cook County Bar for all of the years that you supported me, and I want to continue to live the legacy that this organization has created. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Thank you for this award. Thank you to the Chicago Bar Association and the ABA leadership, President Jean Liu and the board, as well as incoming President Sang-Yep Lee for this recognition. I am both humbled and honored. In preparing my remarks, I looked up the definition of Vanguard, a group of people leading the way in new developments or ideas. It is truly humbling to be in the company of the other recipients today getting this honor. I applaud all of you for your leadership within your own affinity communities and beyond. The CBA's Vanguard Award recognizes individuals and institutions who have made the law and legal profession more accessible to and reflective of the community at large. I am proud of my work with the Alliance of Bar Associations for Judicial Screening and leading the Judicial Evaluation Committee for ABA. As many of you know, the Alliance is comprised of several bar associations, most of which are represented here today. We investigate and evaluate judicial candidates and judges seeking retention in Cook County. The process seeks to ensure that we vet and recommend competent judicial candidates to the bench by evaluating candidates on several criteria. The Alliance publishes the recommendations of each individual bar association to the public, so the public is made aware of the Alliance members' recommendations. This resource helps to make a more informed process for voters in Cook County who otherwise may not have any idea who they are voting for at the ballot box. I want to acknowledge Joyce Williams, the Alliance Administrator, for her tireless efforts in coordinating the judicial evaluation process across the Alliance Bar Associations. On another note, I want to urge those of you not active in community service or with bar associations or other volunteer work to do so. As attorneys, we have a skill set and stature where we can both inspire and help others. So teach, mentor, volunteer, make the time, because there are communities in need, families and children in need, and organizations and institutions that do really good work that need your help. Find them. It does take a village. Finally, I wish to thank the village that has supported me. My parents, who in the late 70s left everything that was familiar to them in India to travel 8,000 miles for a better education and for a better life for our family. My sisters, who lived up to their promise, they are doctors. I am not. That's a joke. My daughters, Sarah and Nora, for whom I wish I'm a lifelong example. Their grandmother, Suzanne, for her support, and my dear friends, Kevin Shea, Ann Chen, Ethan Trull, Frank Seibert, Chris Sullivan, Nan Edwards, for their friendship and counsel. Thank you so much for this recognition.
I would now like to invite all the honorees to step up who just gave the remarks to receive your Vanguard Award. Please bring your bar president if they are able to join. Big congratulations to you.
Thanks so much.
Yep. Hi, Rachel. How are you? Congratulations to you.
Thank you. A lot of touching today,
Yeah.
huh?
So, you gotta love social media, the extra 20 pictures. That's great. Okay. Hello, Your Honor. Congratulations to you. So well earned.
Shooting for the defender. Thank you.
Instagram and LinkedIn are going to eat it up. Thank you for being here. Congratulations to you. Hello, Maricel.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Thank you
So well earned. So well earned.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Catalina, how are you? Oh, congratulations. Terrific. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
So well earned.
Thank you.
Ah. Oh, I'm sorry.
I missed the.
Oh, here you go. Let's do a handshake.
I should do it this way. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, sure.
All right, because I'm going to drop this. Thank you.
Congratulations again. We're actually right on time, so I'm glad everyone is enjoying themselves and getting a lot of photos. We'll also have an opportunity afterwards, but we've done a great job today, and I thank Beth McMean and Ricardo and the CBA staff for keeping this so organized and on track. So thank you. So our final group, and please keep in mind this is alphabetical by last name, is a great group as well. Judge Mary Kay Marubio, LAGBAC, Chicago's LGBTQ+ Bar Association. Dina Nifo, Women's Bar Association of Illinois. Love the Women's Bar. Vinod Patel, South Asian Bar Association of Chicago. And our very, very own member of the Board of Managers, Judge Nicole Patton, who, by the way, has done wonderful work organizing our 150th year celebration. So, Ricardo, it's all yours.
Thank you, LAGBAC, for nominating me. It's an honor to represent our community. And thank you, CBA, for highlighting the rich diversity of our profession. I really struggled with this speech. And if I'm honest, I struggled keeping it to 2 minutes. I briefly resorted to chatting with ChatGPT, and that rabbit hole led to an AI-generated dialogue about how LAGBAC got its name. Representative quote, "That seems long, let's just call it LAG." I am a huge fan of LAGBAC. I leave every LAGBAC event energized and optimistic. I often refer to the organization as a gift. We can't measure their impact on our community. I am certain my career would have been much different without LAGBAC, creating a culture of acceptance. I've been the beneficiary of a lot of goodwill from the legal community. That goodwill very often came from other lawyers who offered opportunities to lead. These mentors and colleagues recruited me to serve on the ACLU of Illinois board, encouraged me to apply for associate judge, nominated me to serve on the Illinois Judicial Ethics Committee, asked me to serve as vice president and then president of the Alliance of Illinois Judges. So many people created these opportunities for me. I'm grateful for each and every one, and I aspire to create opportunities for others. But enough about me and LAGBAC. I want to talk about people named Raymond. In June, 2 of Illinois' oldest bar associations will be putting the Ray in Rainbow when they install their first openly gay presidents. The Chicago Bar Association with Ray Koenig and the Cook County Bar Association with Raymond Rushing. The LGBTQ community is a part of every other community. We are members of every religion, every race, every ethnicity, every practice area. We live in every part of the state, and we often compartmentalize one another and don't embrace intersectionality. But here are 2 leaders from the LGBTQ+ community breaking down barriers and raising the visibility of all of us and creating opportunities for others. And I hope inspiring other bar associations to embrace their LGBTQ members. So thank you to all of those who came before me, the founders of LAGBAC and AIJ, who opened the courthouse doors and blazed trails in the legal profession. And thank you to those who are with me here today, who are working towards justice and creating a more equal society, including my co-awardees. And finally, thank you to those who will come after me, who will continue to break barriers into other bar associations, higher courts, and create new firsts and opportunities for the LGBTQ+ community.
I, of course, want to start by thanking President Lauren Wachowski and the WBAI for this esteemed honor. I am also grateful to the CBA, who brings us all together each year for this impactful celebration that highlights the importance of diversity and inclusion within our profession. For over 100 years, the mission of the WBAI has been to promote the interest and welfare of women lawyers and to aid in the enactment of legislation for the common good and in the administration of justice. That mission continues to this day, with the WBAI collaborating and advocating for the extension of paid leave in Illinois. My work as an advocate began at the WBAI, and it is also where I found my crew of remarkable women who are my superheroes, my inspiration, and my unwavering support system, for which I am eternally grateful. I aim every single day to advocate in some way to effectuate change in an intentional and intersectional way. I would be remiss if I didn't take some time to acknowledge that for many of us, it feels like we are moving backwards. So many underserved and underrepresented communities are under attack, in the streets, in the legislatures, and in the courts. As lawyers, we have a duty to give back to the communities we serve and to protect the credibility and strength of our institutions. As advocates for justice, we cannot sit back as spectators. We must engage. I know that most of us here have felt that call to action, and I hold the sincere belief that there is power in numbers. The more we collaborate to accomplish our individual and collective goals, the more powerful we can be. Additionally, as lawyers, we are responsible for fighting against and preventing social, economic, and workplace injustices. Because we are tasked with that great responsibility, we should be leading by example, and our profession should be a beacon of diversity and inclusion. While we have made and continue to make significant progress, we must do better. In the words of Frederick Douglass, power concedes nothing without demand. Representation matters, always and in all ways. Whether it is increasing diversity among general counsels, shareholders in law firms, the judiciary, or bar association and community leadership, we must demand that these roles be more reflective of our community. I know that these goals and values are shared with all of us here today as we work collectively to achieve the ultimate goal of every room in our profession mirroring the room here today. I will continue to do my best to embody the spirit of this award, and again, I thank the WBAI and the CBA for this distinction. Congratulations to all the other awardees who I am humbled to stand among.
I'd like to thank the Chicago Bar Association for this award and for all that it does in the Chicago legal community. I'd also like to thank Saba Chicago for honoring me with this Vanguard Award. It truly is an incredible honor to be recognized by such distinguished organizations, and I'm deeply grateful for this recognition. My story is not very different from many of you here today. Growing up as a son of immigrant parents, pursuing a career in the law was never on my radar. Frankly, it was a profession that didn't seem possible for a South Asian kid like me. So I instead pursued something that was safe, namely an engineering degree. But at some point, and through some mentoring and guidance, I ultimately decided to go for a career in the law. It was a difficult decision, and it was one that made my parents and family quite uneasy. But I embarked on this path, and I never looked back. When I started, I was fortunate to land at a law firm that let me grow both professionally and personally. I worked hard as a young lawyer, but importantly, I was also afforded the opportunity to look outside the firm to see what else I could be doing. And it all started by being part of a small group of South Asians getting together to form what is now Saba Chicago. And through that effort, I grew. I met many others out there in other bar associations, both locally and nationally. Fast forward some 20-some years later, we are now witnessing how Saba Chicago and the other organizations that are represented here today have flourished. We are here to celebrate our growth and our successes, but we also know that there is more that we could be doing to continue in our efforts to better serve our communities. This award is a reminder that we all have a role to play in advancing justice and creating a more equitable society. As lawyers, we have the unique opportunity to use our skills and expertise to make a difference in the lives of our communities. I'm humbled and honored to be part of this incredible profession, and I look forward to continuing to work with all of you to make our legal system more just, more representative, and more accessible to all. Thank you again, CBA and SABA Chicago, for this incredible honor.
Good afternoon, and thank you for this incredible award. I am truly honored to receive it. It is an even greater honor to be placed in such distinguished ranks with the present honorees, all of whom have made important contributions to the legal profession. I would like to give a special thanks to our Chicago Bar Association President, Timothy Tomasic, Executive Director, Beth McMean, the Chicago Bar Association officers and Board of Managers for having the generosity to nominate me. I am forever grateful to everyone who has always been a part of my legal journey, my family, friends, Justice Cynthia Cobbs, Justice Sanjay Taylor, Judge Fred Bates, Presiding Judge Rena Van Tyne, and Chief Judge Timothy Evans. Over 20 years ago, I made a commitment to giving a voice to the voiceless and advocating for those who found themselves disenfranchised. My proudest moment was my work in the field of mental health law. Before ascending to the bench, I spent 8 years as a prosecutor in the mental health unit of the Cook County State's Attorney's Office. During this time, I have held the hands of countless individuals, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, friends, coming to our office as the last result of finally getting someone to listen and help them with their loved ones who have found themselves in the mental health crises. I have served as both co-chair and chair of the Chicago Bar Association's Mental Health and Disabilities Law Committee. I passionately served as a panelist for numerous seminars to educate the public about mental health law, and I've had the luxury to continue this work as a circuit court judge. In the words of the late Justice Thurgood Marshall, none of us got where we are solely by pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps. We got here because somebody bent down and helped us pick up our boots. To my father and to my mother in heaven, I truly hope that I have provided you with the return on your investment. Thank you to everyone for this cherished honor, and God bless.
Gosh, we've done so well on time, which is spectacular, but I hope everybody in the room noticed that all the judicial honorees were right on time. Did you notice that? They held to the schedule. So at this time, though, I'd like to ask all the honorees and their bar president or family member to please step up to be recognized with their award, and then we'll just have a brief announcement and we'll be done for the day. Uh-oh, it's Adam again. Last time I saw you was on the Ghost Tour. Mary? Judge Mary? Judge Mary. Congratulations to you. So much. And thank you for all the work you do on the Judicial Ethics Committee. Thank you. So great. Adam? Hey. Always a blast, man.
Always a blast. Should we pose?
Yeah.
You want to shake Adam's hand? Thank you.
Getting the choreography down. Your lab is still on. I know.
Hot mic, hot mic. You're good? You got me? You sure? Tim and I were going to do an action shot where I'm giving it to him.
Thank you, Your Honor. Dina. I have to wear my glasses. Dina, congratulations to you and the Women's Bar Association.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Judge Nicole Patton.
My president.
Congratulations to you. So well deserved. Thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart. Did you get me?
Social media shots. So, in closing, on behalf of the CBA, I would just like to express my sincere congratulations to our very deserving award recipients, and thank you all for joining us to honor the recipients and celebrate the enormous diversity and talent in our community. Finally, Chicago is one of the best places to practice law in the country and in the world. It is greatly due in part to what these honorees do day in and day out of their career, as well as all the honorees that have been honored with this award over the past 22 years. On behalf of the Chicago Bar Association, thank you to everyone for joining us for this very special celebration. Have a great day.